So you guys took the week off, but before the break, you seem to be kind of coming into your own, playing some of your best soccer as a team. Do you guys feel like you've turned a corner or started to get to the level you want to be at?
I think it's hard to ever say you've gotten where you want to get to as a team, but we've definitely turned some kind of corner, or at least progressed. But yeah, I think everything is in the right direction. So yeah, we're pumped about it.
The Sky Blue is a team that has done well this year, but you guys were able to go on the road and get the win. What are kind of the messages going into the game this week?
Do the same thing we did to Boston away. We didn't have our best game, and even Sky Blue away, we didn't have our best game. But we figured a way to get it done, and same thing here. We played Boston away, didn't have our best game, came here and killed them in the first 2 minutes. So that's the goal. I mean, just to show them what we're like at home, because we're a way better team than we were last weekend or whenever we were in New Jersey 2 weeks ago.
Sort of a different dynamic, though, getting the road win and then coming back.
Yeah, but nothing changes here. I mean, we are still the same team we play here. I mean, we're always better here than we are away.
When you look at the defensive side, you guys have been one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league so far this year. Even though you've had some changes from last year's back line, what has been working for you on that side of the field?
Yeah, we've had some injuries, but even last year we've been able to build off our success of last year, and we have a very strong philosophy defensively, and no matter who goes in there, I think it's been drilled into us enough that he puts anybody back there and we'll get the job done. So, I mean, we're really happy with the players who've come in who are different than last year, but again, just building off last year.
And then how does this international break kind of change your preparation over the last 2 weeks? Do you like that you have the break, or has it changed anything?
No, it doesn't change. Last week we treated it more as a building week and a focus on yourself and what little things can we do this week, because it doesn't matter how much we pound on our body. I mean, he won't say the same, but we were able to focus in on the individual things that we wanted to improve on, and this week we're just treating like a normal game week. So,
Emily, I was listening to some of Matt Beard's post-match audio from the second game you played, the one here, and he said one of the things he was disappointed about is that his team didn't stretch you guys out before trying to find pockets in your line. Do you think that's more important against you guys, the way that you play defense, than it would be against other teams and the way they play defense?
I think the goal of any forward line is to stretch the defense, because we don't want to get split between our lines. We want to be split wide, and that's how we defend, how most professional teams defend. So, yeah, I think that's true for everybody, but yeah, we focus a lot on keeping our lines tight, and I think it's worked out well for us.
And Jamie already alluded to the fact that you're pretty much carrying over last year's defensive success into this season. The record speaks for itself. The one thing that I talk about with my colleagues is just the fact that the lack of height on the back line. Both you and Emily are average height, but you don't have somebody that's particularly dominant in the air. Do you think that remains a long-term concern, particularly given the way that Western New York / North Carolina was able to exploit that last year?
No, I think we have been the same height our whole lives, and I think we've learned to, like any weakness, like any trait you have, you learn to live with it and play around it and use your strengths to overpower it a little bit. And I think, especially North Carolina earlier in this season, we let them have a header goal in the box, but that's because I didn't block the cross. So it's one thing leads to another, and so if I can block the cross, we don't have to have height in the box.
It's good to know you've been this height your whole life, though.
I'm born this way.
Yeah, condolences to your mother.
Yeah.